Okay, today I'm going to give you 5 more of the most common retirement myths that people believe. Now, all 10 of these, the 5 I covered last week and the 5 I'm getting ready to give you today, they really just boil down to excuses to keep us from planning and saving for our retirement. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Okay, number 6, Medicare will cover all my health care needs. Okay, let's first just cover the fact that Medicare premiums plus the deductible, that'll cost you on average around $2,500 a year, and that's just a start. Now, Medicare only covers 80% of covered claims, which is pretty good, but still, let's say you have a hip replacement at a cost of $30,000. It's going to leave you with around $6,000 out of pocket. And I had to go through this exact thing with my mother just a few years ago, so I know exactly how it all pans out. So in 1 year with that hip replacement, you're out around $8,500, and that is including premiums. Now that doesn't include prescriptions or a stay in a rehab facility, which is very common. Medicare routinely only covers the first 21 days that you are in the rehab facility. You also have to take into consideration Medicare does not cover long-term care, such as assisted living or nursing home care. They don't cover that at all. Also, dental expenses, they're not covered by Medicare, and we know that's not a bargain either. So needless to say, we still have to budget and allocate for the expenses that we're going to incur outside of Medicare's reach. Okay, number 7 is I'll just invest aggressively and make up for lost time. Now, I've talked about in other videos how I've chosen to put a large chunk of my nest egg in more aggressive investments in order to do just that, in order to make up for lost time and to make up for some of the mistakes that I made when I was younger. However, all of my investments are within mutual fund accounts. Okay, good examples of investing too aggressively in the decade or so before you plan on retiring would be investing most of your money in one company or into individual stocks, or investing too heavily in foreign stocks, cryptocurrencies, private equities, hedge funds, even gold. Those are all good examples of aggressive investing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with maybe putting a portion of your retirement accounts into those things if you can stomach the volatility of it. But we have to keep the majority of it in something a little bit safer, especially at our age. Okay, number 8 on the list is I need at least $1 million in order to retire comfortably. Now, if you want to shoot for $1 million and it's attainable for you, then that's a great benchmark. But to delay or abstain from retiring because you don't have $1 million in your account, now that's not sound advice. Many people can retire comfortably on a lot less than that. Don't just blindly believe this because a lot of the financial firms tell you that's how much you need. They're in the business of making money off of your money. So of course they're going to tell you that you need an astronomical figure so that they can make more. Crunch the numbers and find out exactly how much you think you'll need. Don't just believe some fancy number because it sounds good. Okay, number 9, and this one is really important. Sometimes we can tell ourselves that it's just too late for me to start saving, so why bother? This one is so damaging because it prevents you from doing anything about your situation. I have told my personal story in other videos about how I didn't get serious about saving for my retirement until I turned 50. Now, I could have easily looked at that figure and said, what's the point? I'm just going to have to work forever. But I didn't do that. Something kicked in and I got laser focused on it, which enabled me to find more and more ways in order to save more, put more away. And I have been amazed at how much it's grown just in the last 8 years. Just put some things in motion and you'll begin to start focusing on it more. It'll kind of snowball. You'll get more into it. That's how it happened for me. But don't just put your money into a savings account. You need to invest it. It's really easy to open a Roth IRA and to start funding that each year. Every additional dollar that you can put into your 401k, it matters. Just don't give up. Anything is better than doing nothing. Okay, number 10, I'll just work until I'm 70, or I don't plan on retiring at all. Now, this is a very common idea, and for me to call it a lie would be probably pretty harsh. But the reason I include it here is because putting everything you've got into this one belief and not having a plan B in place, the results could be very devastating. Now, let's just say that this is your plan to never retire or at least work until you're 70. What happens when you're unexpectedly laid off at 65? What happens if you become disabled or injured or chronically ill at the age of 64? Okay, well, let's say that you're not going to get laid off, or you're not going to get sick, or you're not going to get injured. Even if we could say 100% that those things wouldn't happen. Let's say in your mid-60s, you just wake up day after day and you've become so disenchanted with having to go to work, having to go to this job day after day, but there's no way you can retire because you haven't planned ahead for it. Now, there are a lot of reasons why some people, they don't plan on retiring, or they want to work until they're 70 because they love working. They love their profession. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. What I'm saying is you have to have kind of an insurance policy, some plan B in case things do kind of go haywire. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at us, especially as we age. Okay, if you haven't already, check out part 1. I will link it right here. I hope I have provided some value for you today. And I want to continue to give you more ideas on how to save money, how to plan for your future. I'm in this with you. I am right here with you, trying to plan my own future. Now, if this sounds good to you, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Just one click and your support means so much to me. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.